All of Jiu-Jitsu is based on one strategy for overcoming a bigger, stronger, faster person. Most martial arts would say if you're facing an aggressive person, what you should try to do is punch and kick them. The problem is that by the time I can reach Dan's face, he can for sure reach mine. And if he's much bigger, the bigger and bigger they get, the less wise a strategy it becomes, because it might take only one of their shots to knock me out or to equal 5 of mine. So the bigger he gets, the less wise a strategy punching and kicking becomes. Not to mention that I might want a more peaceful way to address the situation. Let's get you to back up a bit. So what do? The idea here is that first, here I can be hit. I can be punched and kicked. The Gracie brothers talk about this as the red zone. Here, I'm in danger. So I try to keep some distance. If I can, and this is more about your philosophy, but my philosophy is I'd rather not fight if I can avoid it. I do need my hands up, but I'd rather not present an aggressive stance. So I have my hands like this, trying to calm the situation down. If he does happen to throw a strike, I can still protect my head. But the idea is we're going to keep the space and try to calm him down. The problem is we might hit a wall. We might feel just in the context that we have to take action. So what do we do if he forces that red zone? Well, we're going to protect ourselves, close the distance here and now, take him down and establish the mounted position. Why all of this? Well, let's break it down. So first off, I need to protect myself in case I get hit as we come in. So we're going to put one hand on the back of our neck, bring our elbow in like so. We're going to put our palm forward so the broad part of our forearm protects the upper part of our head. We're going to bring the bicep to our temple and now tuck our chin and pinch. So if I were to get hit in this moment, it's at least more protected than it is when my arms are down. I don't want to make the mistake of coming in and getting clipped and then the situation's over. So, or potentially, or at least I've gotten more hurt. So this allows me to protect myself. The problem is obviously staying in spot, I'm going to get hit. So when he forces that distance, I lower my level without bending forward. I close the gap and I drive into him while wrapping him up. Now, why do we do this? From here, can he hit me? Absolutely. Does he have the same knockout power that he has here? No. And this is the idea that we're trying to reduce the probability. We're trying to reduce his percentage likelihood of being able to hurt me or knock me out. So from here, making sure that I'm not doing this and I get, have the risk of getting kneed in the groin or the stomach. I keep my hips glued. I keep my chin tucked, my elbow high. And now the idea is once we've taken care of step one, we've closed the gap, we need some way to get him to the ground. We're going to look at a very easy way to do that today, but really it could be anything. It could be that we fall to the ground, but the idea is that you need something in your arsenal. So our technique here is we're going to have our one leg behind their heel off the ground. We're going to drop our back knee so that we can practice this slowly. And now we're going to drive this knee to the ground here, and notice what happens. It hyperextends their leg. Let's just come this way a bit. So we're here. I've got him tight. I'm protected. I trap. My back knee goes to the ground. I drive that knee to the ground. And now what I want to make sure does not happen is if I was holding his hands, I don't want to keep holding his hands and potentially hurt my training partner, or in a real situation, potentially hurt my hands on concrete, or worse yet, have my hands trapped, and if he has good instincts, he might bridge and get on top here, and now all this was for naught. So I've got him wrapped tight, I trap, back knee goes down, front knee goes down, and I open my hands and I put them out for balance. In case he tries to bridge me over, I'm able to stabilize. Now, step three, I'm going to hold his leg in place, step over, and establish the mount. Why is the mount such a highly valued position? Notice, even though Dan has longer arms, I can reach his face. He can't reach mine. I'm going with gravity, he's going against it. Even if he had super long arms, I can move back. He's got nowhere to go. I can wind up. If he tries, he's blocked by the ground. This is like in the art of war, they say if you're fighting on a hill, is it better to be at the top of the hill fighting down or bottom fighting up? Top fighting down because gravity's on your side, even better if the sun's behind you, so they're kind of blinded. The environment serves you. And this is how Jiu-Jitsu uses the idea of positioning to overcome a bigger, faster, stronger person. Now, one of the even more wonderful things about Jiu-Jitsu is that, yes, if we were going in a violent situation and we were trading punch for punch, top person has the advantage. But say this is someone maybe at a family barbecue, a friend of mine or a family member who's got a mental health issue, and I just needed to control them, contain them, make sure they don't hurt anyone else. How do you control someone you care about without punching and kicking them? Jiu-Jitsu gives you a way. If he's trying to punch me, I can step back or lean back, block his tricep, drop my weight on him, transfer that hand, grab it, and now we can see how from here, can you hit me? We can see how from here he can't do anything. I've got total control. I can calm him down and hopefully diffuse the situation altogether. So this idea, this core strategy, 3 steps. 1, close the gap, get super tight to them. 2, get them down to the ground, and then 3, get the mount is the heart of Jiu-Jitsu. All of Jiu-Jitsu, from the most basic to the most advanced level, is based on this strategy. So one more time, if Dan's coming towards me, I try to calm it down, doesn't work. I helmet, close the gap, tie him up. I trip, get him down, step over to the mount, and different strategies from the mount. In general, I like to put my weight on their face so it's hard for them to do much. My hands out wide, elbows pointed to the sky. We could also turn their face, put some weight on. If we wanted to hit, this is a very good place from which to do it. Or we could force their arm across, or if they try to hit us, push above the tricep, or rather between the elbow and the shoulder, as opposed to here where they could just bend their arm and maybe we lose balance. We push, drop the chest weight. Come under the head, grab that wrist. If it's too far, you can pass it. Now we post our right toes in this case, slide the knee up to the top of the head, sit up tall and turn them on their side. From here we have lots of options, but more importantly, we've ended the violence. So one more time on the helmet, this is very important, that you have ultimately, if you just put your hands up, that's better than nothing. But hands are up, I'm trying to calm the situation down. I'm gonna put one hand on the back of my neck, bring my elbow in, palm forward. We're here, now we tuck our chin. You can see that there's a much smaller window of opportunity for them to hit us. That's what we're trying to do. Minimize the possibility of getting hurt.